I've a story from long ago, a tale of misery, heartache, and woe. My play is glutted with hatred and greed, and has a moral we all should heed. So sit back, my good friends, and I will unfold a saga of passion that went uncontrolled.
I convey you to Scotland of yesteryear, a place locked in combat, cruel and severe. A country called Norway sent troops across the sea. The Scottish fought back to keep their land free. Smoke and fire thickened the skies. The earth thundered with fierce battle cries. The weary ground shuddered with fright. It really was a dreadful night.
As men battled with sword and shield, great shadows appeared on the distant field.
When shall we three meet again in thunder, lightning, or in rain?
When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost or won. It is a matter of life and death, and there we shall meet Macbeth. Fair is foul, and foul is fair, hover through the fog and filthy air.
Then they raised their fists, their eyes ablaze, and vanished into gloomy haze.
Not far away, King Duncan did pace, a worried look upon his face. He cried out in anguish,
What is Scotland's fate? Is there news of the battle that you can relate?
Malcolm and John O'Bane, the sons of the king, wondered too how the action did swing. They were with their father to lend their support, when a soldier staggered in with the latest report.
What bloody man is this?
It's the sergeant cried.
It's the sergeant who saved me.
Malcolm replied. The soldier looked gaunt with gashes to his head.
Our victory was doubtful.
He solemnly said.
They outnumbered us and had fresh supplies. The clammy air echoed with our dying cries. Then in marched Macbeth, his sword held high, across the field, shouting curses to the sky. For Scotland's honour he fought so well, before him many Norwegians fell. The sweet of their king was forced to yield, then triumph was ours on that barren field. But I'm faint, my wounds scratch to be seen. Quick!
Shouted the king.
Let surgeons intervene!
As the soldiers limped off, in came worthy wrath, more news of the combat than a double cross.
King Duncan, I come for the battle at Fife, for many a brave soldier lost his life. This struggle seemed hopeless. Their numbers were great, and the Thane of Cawdor we could not locate, for he was a traitor who joined Norway's side. Treachery and treason took away his pride. But your Thane of Glamis should be held in esteem. In this terrible struggle, Macbeth was supreme. He rallied his troops. He showed no fear. Cousin Macbeth, our victory was clear.
King Duncan decreed.
Renounce Cawdor's death, and with this former title, go greet Macbeth.
Yes, my lord, I see it done. What Cawdor has lost, and what Macbeth has won.
Back on the heath, the wind rose to a howl. The air was heavy, the smell most foul. Lightning shivered, and thunder did sound. The heads were hunched upon the cold, cold ground.
Where hast thou been?
Killings,
Which cried,
killings, wine.
the second replied. Then the third weird sister raised her head, her gnarled hands twisted and curled like thread.
A drum!
She croaked.
I hear a drum! Listen, my sisters, Macbeth doth come. Thrice to thine, and thrice to mine, and thrice again to make up nine. Peace! The charms wound up.
They said, then peered into the darkness straight ahead. Macbeth appeared on the mud path, wrapped in storms of incredible wrath. His good friend Banquo was by his side.
How far the forest?
Banquo cried, and he stopped short.
My eyes do betray.
The weird sisters barred their ways. Banquo wondered.
Am I beguiled? What are these, so withered and so wild?
Their icy stare gave Macbeth a chill.
Speak!
He demanded.
It is my will.
The silence was shattered as they rose one by one. None of the sisters would be undone.
All hail, Thamus of Glamis, hail to thee.
The first of the trio moaned with pain.
Hail, Thane of Cawdor!
Next squirmed her feet. His best heart faltered and missed the beat. Then the third witch rose and crowed with laughter.
Macbeth, King of Scotland hereafter.
These words thundered in Macbeth's brain. What more life was there to attain? Macbeth seemed lost in a kind of trance. Banquo gave his friend a worried glance.
Why, my lord, do you fear words so sweet? Speaking of Scotland would be quite a treat. I wonder what else these fragments foresee. What does the future hold for me?
His sisters howled a blood-curdling wind.
Ah, him! Lesser than Macbeth, but greater, one muttered.
Not so happy, but happier.
Next sputtered.
You'll be father to kings.
The last said with a frown.
But Banquo, you'll never inherit the crown.
Macbeth bellowed in fury.
I charge you to stay! From whence did you come? Tell us more, I say. I am Thane of Glamis by my father's death, but Cawdor Thane lives. He still draws breath. And to be crowned king is beyond belief. We all know Duncan is Scotland's chief. You imperfect speakers, reply I demand.
But like bubbles, they melted into the land. Macbeth gazed about.
Vanished into air?
He pulled his cloak. Had they really been there? Just then, 3 messengers rode into view. They greeted Macbeth.
Congratulations to you! Glad tidings, brave general.
RedHawk rode in hand.
You're the bravest warrior in the whole land. And Carter, you've moved up the ranks.
Angus agreed.
The king sends his thanks.
Macbeth was shocked.
What news they bring? 2 truths are told. Will I also be king?
Already dark thoughts filled Macbeth's head. His heart knocked his ribs and filled him with dread. Then the spell he was under appeared to subside.
I beg your forgiveness. I was preoccupied. Dear friends, your goodwill is written on my heart. And now to his majesty we must depart.
Later at the forest, there was quite a fanfare. Duncan greeted his thanes in the chamber there.
My brave Macbeth, I'm in your debt. Your gallant deeds, I'll never forget.
Then he hugged Macbeth in a hearty embrace. Tears of joy flowed down Duncan's face. He announced to his court.
And now for my heir.
Macbeth's pulse quickened and he said a quick prayer. But the king had laid his hand on the head of his son.
My eldest boy will be the one.
Macbeth fell faint. His heart turned to lead. Duncan had picked Malcolm instead.
The new Prince of Cumberland lies in my way. I must act now. I cannot delay. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires.
Meanwhile at home, his wife paced the room, shadowed by the castle's dreary gloom. After her arrived from her husband, Macbeth, containing a message of life and death. Of strange events Macbeth foretold, and glorious honors he did unfold. She read the note again and again, thrilling to his hidden refrain.
Glamis thou art, and Cotter too? Next king of Scotland will be you.
Ambition and power throbbed in her mind.
And yet I fear my husband's too kind.
Then a servant arrived with more news to report.
The king comes tonight with friends from his court.
So soon?
She gasped.
Oh, harden my heart. I'll force my husband to play his part.
Macbeth hurried home as he had said. Disturbing thoughts filled his head. He burst through the door, breathless from his ride, and hastened to her room on the back side.
Beloved wife, Duncan comes this eve.
Her eyes were like steel.
And when does he leave? Your face is like a book, my lord. You must hide your feelings.
She implored.
If, as you say, he comes tonight, Duncan will not see the morning light. I'll arrange it all, I guarantee. Look after your guest and leave the rest to me.
The king's party drew near. Dame Duncan remarked,
Why, it's beautiful here.
Banquo agreed.
It's beyond compare. Even the swallows love the sweet air.
The lady of the house greeted them with style.
What's ours is yours.
She said with a smile, as twilight fell, the castle was aglow. The servants and torches rushed to and fro. What a great celebration, what a jovial scene. The court feasted each other in platters of steam.
Macbeth couldn't stand it anymore. He rose from the table and rushed out the door.
There is no reason to do this deed, just vaulting ambition, power, and greed.
Macbeth was filled with shame and disgust.
The king is here in double trust. I'm his kinsman and subject as well as his host. I should protect him to the utmost. And to bear the knife is what I intend. How can I do this to a friend?
Then Lady Macbeth appeared in the gloom.
Why did you hurry from the room?
Duncan praises me highly.
Macbeth said in despair.
We'll proceed no further with this affair.
Already?
She mocked.
You're resolved as fate? You are a coward. You're just afraid. My husband, you look so pitiful and pale.
Macbeth finally weakened.
What if we fail?
I'll drug the guards. We will succeed. Together we will do the deed. After his death, we'll display our grief. Then, my husband, you will be chief.
I will do as you ask and put on a show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know.
Retired to his bed. Morbid thoughts filled Macbeth's head. He rushed outside to gather the goods. His constant screaming called to us. Banquo's son stood in the light. Macbeth's arrival gave him a fright. Banquo drew his sword and started.
Who's there? A friend.
Said Macbeth.
Do not despair.
Banquo relaxed.
I've been with the king. He sends to your wife this huge diamond ring.
Macbeth felt disgust at the thought of his crime.
I could have done better if we had more time.
I dreamed of the sisters.
Banquo replied.
I think none of them.
Macbeth lied.
We'll speak of this further at a later date, but now let's get some rest. Here it is.
Macbeth stood alone and gazed into space. A tormented look came over his face. He saw a sight he couldn't believe and staggered back.
My eyes do deceive.
A blood-stained dagger hung in midair, twisting and turning in tangents in there. He lunged for it, yet his fingers passed through.
Oh, what in the world am I to do? This false creation I cannot explain. It holds such power over my brain, but I waste my breath. The deed must be fulfilled. With too many words, intentions are killed.
Just then a bell tolled from the keep. Macbeth shivered.
I hope Duncan is asleep.
The summons filled his veins with fire and beckoned him to achieve his utmost desire. He crept like a shadow down the long, gloomy hall, his mind no longer dreamed at all. His wife waited below, bold with greed.
I've done my part. He's about the deed.
The weapons were ready. Everything was intact. All that remained was the final act.
Macbeth returned a ghastly light.
This is indeed a sorry sight. These hands have taken the life of the king. Nothing will heal their burning sting. Through his chamber I did creep. A voice cried, Macbeth doth murder sleep. It was a sound I did abhor, and still it cried, sleep no more.
Just let it be!
There has been replied.
I will never be free.
For in his efforts to reach his goal, Macbeth had murdered his very soul.
Her lady began to lose her cool.
Why are you carrying the daggers, you fool? They're evidence!
She continued to fume.
You ought to have let them inside the room. Go, smear blood on each guard's face. They'll be suspected when the daggers are in place. And wash that stain from off your hands. If you're caught, it'll ruin our plans. Take them back now. I must insist. Hurry! Now, or they'll be so missed.
Macbeth shook his head.
I'll go no more. What I've done, I do deplore.
Then I'll do the job. I'm not faint-hearted.
She seized the daggers and quickly departed. Macbeth heard knocking at the south gate. It silenced the shadows and did not abate. He trembled with fear and paced to and fro.
Why does this noise appall me so?
The lady, his wife returned, her hands all red.
They're of your color.
The lady said,
We'll scrub and scour, our hands all clean. Duncan's blood will never be seen.
Knocking continued at the castle gate. The porter was in quite a state. Finally, he staggered out of his chair.
Who on earth is ever out there? I opened the door, had enough.
There stood Lennox and the great Macduff.
Good fellow!
Cried Macduff.
You're quite a sight.
We were partying my lord till late last night.
We're here
Said Macduff.
to wake up the king.
In strode Macbeth. His words could sting.
Welcome.
He smiled.
I'll be your guide. We're grateful for that.
Macbeth replied. Macbeth led the way. His mind swung to the room.
He tried to sound cheerful. Here is the room. Thanks again, said Macduff in a friendly tone. I'll take the liberty to go in alone. Out in the hall, Lennox chatted away.
Doesn't King Duncan depart today? And wasn't that a dreadful night? The ground shook and trembled with fright. Where we slept, our chimneys were blown down, and mournful cries were heard all around. The air was choked with sounds from the dead.
It was a rough night, Macbeth finally said.
a deafening scream pierced the night air.
No!
Macbeth reeled from the chamber there.
Oh, horror! Treason!
He cried in dread.
Approach the king's room. Destroy your sight with the cruelty of this hideous plight.
Macbeth and Lennox hastened to the door. Macbeth continued to implore.
Awake! Awake! Sound the alarm! Who would do our king such terrible harm?
The voice thundered through the walls. Nobles and servants rushed into the hall.
Bells rang out and torches flared. Lady Macbeth dashed in, looking scared.
Macduff!
She screamed.
Tell me, I pray, what is the cause of your dismay?
Oh, gentle lady,
Was Duff's retort.
'tis not for you this sad report.
Then in a daze, he saw Banquo, his friend.
His Majesty's life has come to an end. King Duncan was murdered as he slept.
Oh, villainous crime! Banquo wept. Macbeth returned.
Life is worthless.
He cried. Then in came the king's sons, side by side.
What is amiss?
Cried Donald Bane. Macduff replied.
Your father's been slain!
Malcolm gasped. Good heavens, no! Who would dare to strike the blow?
It appears the guards committed the deed.
The noble Lennox did conceive.
Their weapons were bloody, their eyes were glazed. They looked at us and were amazed.
But I'm sorry.
Said Macbeth.
I went on rampage. I killed them both in my terrible rage. Wherefore did you so? You destroyed the proof! Don't you know?
Macbeth's nerves were ready to break. His lady knew that all was at stake. She swayed her face.
Help me!
Look to the lady!
Macbeth complied. As the servants carried her away, Banquo trembled and shook in his. He held up his sword.
Hear me all. I'll use my power. The guilty shall fall.
Macbeth continued.
We'll find who's to blame.
Macbeth agreed.
All do the same.
The sons of the king had no time to grieve, for they were getting ready to leave. They whispered their plans in secret fear, worried that someone might overhear. Malcolm shivered in the morning chill.
Whose blood will be next to spill? Our father's murderer is not known, and I'm his heir in line for the throne. The lords also grieve, but is it real? Or do they hide what they really feel?
There's daggers and smiles.
Malcolm agreed.
Murderers lurk here. We better take heed.
It would be no use
He told his brother.
to kill one of us without the other. We'll separate and say farewell to avoid our own death knell. And I to Ireland will quickly ride.
To England I will journey.
Malcolm complied. The two embraced, broken-hearted, and within the hour they had departed.
And so the day passed, overwhelmed with gloom. An old man in Ross spoke with great doom.
In all my years, I must confess, I have not seen such dire distress.
The time tells us
Said Ross.
that the day has begun, yet darkness remains and chokes out the sun.
Macbeth appeared.
A rumor's been spread. The sons are suspected, for they have fled. Macbeth will be king.
The thane of Fife sighed.
The nobles have chosen, will not be denied.
Indeed, Macbeth's words proved to be true. At Scone, Macbeth made his royal debut.
Banquo thought.
Now all is fulfilled, just as the faithful three have willed. First Glamis, then Cawdor, and finally King. My friend Macbeth rules everything, but it fears it foully to take the crown, and I could bring him crumbling down.
Macbeth arrived with his regal lead.
A feast is planned, Banquo. Your presence we need. Did you take your son Theon's riding today?
Yes, Your Majesty, and we mustn't delay, but I'll return tonight for your supper of state.
Macbeth thanked Banquo.
Please don't be late.
As Banquo departed, Macbeth kissed his sword.
There's not a man whom I fear more. His sons will rule, the witches have shown. My life is empty, with no heir to the throne. Have I lost my honor, so his sons will reign? Have I stained my soul for Banquo's gain? Never!
He cried.
I will challenge this fate.
Then two ragged men arrived at his gate. He told these murderers to ride very fast.
You must not let Banquo or Fleon slip past. If I'm to stay king, they both must die.
We'll do as you ask, like the wind will fly.
Couple, there was no peace of mind. They now lived in terror and could not unwind. The lady sighed.
We've achieved our desire, and now we live in dread of what might transpire. Macbeth, why do you stay alone? What's done is done. You have the throne.
full of scorpions in my mind. The treason and turmoil, I am resigned. But Banquo still lives, so I must proceed. But dearest wife, be innocent of the deed.
Come, my good husband, be friendly and bright. Enjoy your party and guests tonight.
And at the feast, he was the perfect host. Macbeth rose from his chair.
I propose the toast.
Out of the corner of Macbeth's eye, he spied the murders of Golden Sly. He left the table without there to inquire about the German friend.
Is that blood upon your face?
Yes, indeed. His Banquo's your grace. He died from the wounds to his head, but I'm sorry to say, young Fleance was fled.
Macbeth was distressed. That was plain. Grim resentment gripped his brain.
My liege,
Said Rock.
if you are able, grant us your presence at the table.
I'd love to.
Said Macbeth.
But where? There seems to be no vacant chair.
Lennox replied.
Here's your spot, your majesty.
Why do you look so distraught?
Macbeth had turned a deathly white. He shook and trembled at the sight. Bloody Banquo was in his place, a dreadful look upon his face. The lords at the table said nothing at all. Macbeth shuddered and backed up to the wall.
I'm not to blame, can't you see? Shake not thy gory locks at me.
Russ leapt to his feet.
His Highness is ill!
Lady Macbeth cried.
Gentlemen, be still. He's had these attacks since he was a lad. They make it appear he's going mad. Sit! Really, Countess. I pray you remain. As the new king, he's under great strain.
She took him aside.
You are a fool. My husband, you look upon a stool. For shame.
She hissed.
Show you're a man. Come back to the table. Stick to our plan.
The ghost dissolved into the air. Boys were astonished, reading.
I'm sorry.
Macbeth strained hard to collect his wits.
I'm sorry, my friends. I'm prone to these fits. Happiness and cheer I do bestow.
He raised his glass.
To beloved Banquo.
Then he shrank back in dismay.
Be gone, leave me alone, I say. Or approach like a tiger or bear in the night. I'm not afraid if I can fight.
Once again, the ghost's visit was brief.
He's disappeared.
Macbeth sighed with relief. Lady Macbeth announced.
The party is done.
The guests left slowly, one by one. Macbeth sat brooding, his thoughts far away.
The Thane of Fife didn't come today. I wonder if he's hatching some kind of plot. My spies will discover what I cannot. Tomorrow I'll meet the witches three and ask what they predict for me.
Around the cauldron they retreat.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Fill it up a fanny snake, in the cauldron boil and bake. Adder's fork and blind sting, lizard's leg and howlet's wing. A horn smelling dust secrete, cool it now when the spell's complete. By the pricking of my thumb, something make it this way come.
Macbeth strode in.
Answer my demand, you secret hags. Where does my life stand?
The witches shrieked.
Seek no more! Come, cauldron broth, shades of evil chant this froth.
From the simmering pot rose an armored head.
Macbeth, beware, Macduff.
It said. The spirit dissolved into the sea. A newborn child appeared like a dream.
Be bloody bold, fear not death. None a woman born, so armed Macbeth. Not a woman born? That's impossible, you see. Then the Thane of Fife has no power over me.
The image faded, and in its place, there was another unusual face. It was a child in a regal gown.
a branch in its hand, and running crown.
Macbeth shall never vanquished be until great Burnham Wood meets Dunsinane Hill.
I'm invincible, all foes I'll confound. We all know trees can't move around. His powerful visions do assure that as King of Scotland, I am secure. I'm deeply indebted and most impressed, but I do have one final request. Will Banquo's children rule after me?
Seek no more!
Reveal it at once, I insist.
The hags conceded and together hissed.
Come like shadows, so depart.
Majestic kings appeared in a row, carrying scepters, their crowns aglow. In single file they marched past Macbeth. His smile faded. He gasped for breath.
They're all Banquos? How can this be? That's 4, 5, 6, that's 7 iced tea. Oh, horrible sight, this I can't stand.
Then in came an ape, a mirror in his hand. Kings and more kings were reflected there.
Does it ever end?
Macbeth cried in despair. Banquo's both loom at the end of the line. He smiled as to say, these kings are all mine. That was exactly what Macbeth had feared. And the witches and cauldron all disappeared. Macbeth collapsed and staggered to his feet at the sound outside of the thunder and beat. He called for his men who guarded the cave.
Did you see the witches?
Macbeth sounded grave. The guard answered,
Nothing did I Bruges, except men on horseback who brought you news. Macduff has fled to England, they said.
Macbeth was enraged.
No more delay! Macduff has sealed his family's demise. We'll take his castle by surprise and order the death of his whole crew. His wife, his babes, and his servants too.
Back at fight, Lady Macduff was distraught.
My husband's in England. He loves us not. What made him fly the land?
Ross consoled her.
Someone must take a stand. Scotland's in a terrible way. Under Macbeth, our freedoms decay. Your husband does not deserve your blame. I take my leave. Words do inflame.
The lady turned to her son.
Your father's a traitor.
I don't believe you. He'll come back to us later.
Then a messenger arrived.
Danger is near. I must leave now, my lady. I can't be found here.
But alas, the warning was delivered too late, and all in the castle met a horrible fate.
While Malcolm was in England's courts, their king offered his support. Macduff arrived and urged Malcolm back.
Our poor country suffers. We must attack.
Malcolm agreed.
We won't be delayed. The brave old seaward is mounting a brigade. We'll march in with him and 10,000 men, and Scotland will be ours once again.
Said faithful Ross riding on the steed.
I'm sorry to report another foul deed. Despise not my tongue for the news I bring.
Ross added,
It's the work of the king. Your castle was surprised.
he solemnly said.
Your family's been murdered. They're all dead.
My beloved wife. My little one's dear.
And down his cheeks there rolled a tear.
Did you say all? My spirits do true. Such sorrow I've never known. That time has a heart of stone.
Malcolm exclaimed,
We want not to hurt. Let grief change to anger, and we will depart.
Macduff rose in fury.
He'll die by my sword!
I'll get my revenge.
To Scotland, my lord!
Meanwhile, Macbeth moved to Dunsinane Hill. In his castle there his wife grew quite ill. In the dead of night, through the hall she creaked. Her eyes were open, yet she was asleep. Her servant was horrified by this strange scene. She called the doctor to intervene.
Here she comes in a night attire. She sees no one, but her brain is on fire.
You will know her memories.
The doctor said, but what they heard filled him with dread.
Who knew he had so much blood? Will these hands never be clean?
She rubbed them together in utter dismay.
Yet here's this. Out! Out, I say! All the perfumes will not sweeten this hand.
The lady looked pale and could hardly stand.
What's done cannot be undone.
She said, then she drifted off.
To bed. To bed.
The doctor exclaimed,
I am amazed at the sight, I think, but dare not speak tonight.
Now with Scotland retired and Macbeth's cruel reign, to the Thames all gathered near Dunsinane, they marched together towards Burnham Wood, and with the English army stood. Malcolm greeted them with pleasure and pride.
Thank you for fighting by my side. Friends and kinsmen, the day is near when our land will be safe and will live without fear. Each soldier must cut a branch from the trees and hide themselves behind one of these. We'll shadow our numbers as we move up the hill. Macbeth won't guess our numbers still. Together our armies will fight as one. The battle for Scotland has just begun. Hooray!
At his castle in Dunsinane, Macbeth prepared for war once again. He was convinced he would never fall.
Hang out our banners on the castle wall. Let them desert me.
His rage was severe.
Until Burnham Wood moves, I have nothing to fear. Satan! My armor, I demand.
Then he called the doctor, who was close at hand.
How is my wife feeling today? She's in a bad way. She is not sick of body, it's all in her mind, and there is no cure that I can find.
The screams of women filled the air. It did not give the king a scare.
Once I'd have cringed at such cries in my ear.
He said,
Now, there's nothing I fear.
Satan announced,
The queen is dead.
She should have died hereafter.
Macbeth said.
Life's a trivial tale when all is done. Each day rattles on, one by one, creeping closer and closer to dusty death.
Life had lost all meaning to Macbeth.
A terrified messenger burst through the door. His face was pale as he crossed the floor.
As I stood my guard upon the hill, the trees of Burnham moved at will.
Liar and slave, I'm not amused. Trees don't walk, you must be confused.
But the words of the spirit echoed in his brain.
Fear not, till Burnham Wood meets Dunsinane.
Could it be true? Had he been misled?
We'd better prepare.
Was all that he said.
Read the alarm, we will attack. At least we'll die with armor on our back.
Meanwhile, his enemies crept forward uncued, behind their branches, hidden from view.
Throw down your screen.
Malcolm cried.
Soldiers spread out far and wide. Seaward, advance your troops from the west. Macduff and I will command the rest.
Seaward's son found Macbeth first.
Oh, villainous tyrant, the name I have cursed. You can't harm me.
Macbeth said with scorn.
You, my friend, are of woman born.
And though young Sears was brave and bold, he was slain by Macbeth as the vision foretold.
Then in came Macbeth. Across the field, he spotted the king.
Turn, scoundrel! Yield! Get thee back! Despair, Macduff! Your fight is in vain! You're a woman born! You'll never kill me! I'm protected by a spell, you see!
Macbeth laughed in derision.
I'm not a woman born from my mother's womb!
I was entirely
The moment of truth had finally arrived. The duel that followed, only one survived.
It is done.
Macbeth's body lay in the moor, so bleak, too much glory he tried to see. He lost his wife, his castle, his army, his wife, ambition and greed had cost him his life.
So once more in Scotland, Tom was Scotland, calm was restored. Malcolm was crowned the country's new lord. Malcolm's son was a breath of fresh air. He cared for his people and their welfare. The crowds all cheered.
Hooray! Hail to thee!
From tyranny, they had been set free. The fear and agony had finally been seized, and Scotland was once again at peace.
What can we learn from this tale of strife as we make decisions in life?
Don't lose your honor as you reach for your dream. Don't lose your virtue, your self-esteem.
Remember Macbeth? He wanted it all. It brought a quick rise, but a swifter fall. And worst of all, when he met his end, Macbeth died without a single friend.